title of this is Divisibility Rules. The RE and ISN was the title. If you need to pause the video to get your ISN ready, please do that now. Okay, so first of all, we need to talk about what is divisibility. Okay, what is it? These kind of problems, oops, need that, is when you have something like that, reduced to lowest terms, right? Like 36 over 90, or if you need to do a long division problem like that, okay? It's going to let you know if you're going to have a remainder or not. Those are the kinds of problems that you're going to see. And so why do we need this? Because it makes fractions and division much quicker. That's why we need this. Right? And right now you're already seeing that because we started doing multiplying fractions yesterday. And a lot of you are still having trouble with the simplifying part or cross-simplifying because you're not seeing when they have common factors. Okay, so I'm going to teach, these are kind of some shortcuts to show you, like when you see a number, oh yeah, I know it's divisible by 5, or I know it's divisible by 2 because of this. Okay? That's pretty good? Okay. So I decided to use a clean piece of paper to write with because I thought it would be easier. Okay, so we're going to start with 2. Does anybody know the rule for 2? Like, how do you know when something is divisible by 2? Just tell me. It's even. That's exactly right. All you have to look at is in the ones place. It's even. Okay? But if you had a number like, even though those are all 2s, because it ends in a 5, no, that one would not be divisible by 2 because 5 is odd. Okay? So that's just a quick way to tell if it's going to be divisible by 2. Right? It's even. Okay? All right. How about 3? Does anybody happen to know it's kind of a hard rule. 3 is not like 2s. Daniel, do you know? Like, okay. Anybody? Okay. You're really not supposed to know. Do you think you know? Okay. What you have to do for 3s is you have to add all the digits. In the number. If the sum is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. Okay? Really, the best way to do this one is to show you an example. Okay? So in the number 2,331, you would take the digits 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1. What's 2 plus 3? 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 1, 9. The sum of 9 is divisible by 3. Therefore, this entire number is divisible by 3. And you're not going to get a remainder. It's kind of cool, huh? Yeah. So it's kind of a shortcut. It's just a way to like look at something and tell. So if you want to finish filling set 9 is divisible by 3. So then that whole number is. Okay? So that is the rule for 3s. That's one of the harder rules. Okay? I'll give you guys a second to get that copy down. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, moving on. 5. I bet somebody in here knows 5. How can you tell if the number is divisible by 5?
Is it 0 or 5?
That's right. It has to end with a 0 or a 5. So like 45, 510. You're looking in the ones place. If it ends with a 0 or a 5, then it's divisible by 5. Like I said, some rules are are really, really easy and some are not. Okay, how about 4? Anybody know the rule for 4? Okay, all right, here's 4. If the last 2 digits are a multiple of 4, that's what you're looking for. Okay, so like in the number 12,516, all I care about are the last 2 digits. 16 is divisible by 4, therefore that entire number is going to be divisible by 4. Isn't that cool? Yes, sir.
I see the
So like, unlike this number, 4433. 33 is not a multiple of 4. Unlike 16 is a multiple of 4. Okay? All right, the next rule is 6. Okay? 6 is really easy. If it's divisible by 2 and 3, then it's also 6. Okay, so it must be divisible by 2 and 3. So that means you check it to see if it's even, then you check it with the sum thing for 3, and if it's both of those, then it's 3. So here's our example, 3,312. Okay, so first, is it even? Check. Second, I need the sum. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. The sum is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. So therefore, it's 2 and 3. So then it would also be divisible by 6. Does that make sense? And hopefully that kind of makes sense because 2 times 3 is 6. Right? Okay? So you kind of have to check 2. Yes, sir? You don't understand which part? Yes, I was checking right here. My rule for 2 is just was it even. My rule for 3 is I'm supposed to add them up and see if it's divisible by 3. And because that was true, then that means it's also divisible by 6.
like it must even it must be even and the sum is
Right. Yeah. Got it? Okay. 2 more rules. 10. Everybody in here I think knows 10. What's the rule for 10? It has to end in a 0. Doesn't matter what the number is, if it ends in a 0, then it's divisible by 10. Okay? And then there's one last rule, which is 9. 9 is very similar to 3. So what do you think it's going to be? Add them all up and then what? If it's multiple of 9, that's exactly right, okay? So we're going to add the digits. And the sum must be divisible by 9. Okay, so here's an example, like 774. If I add 7 plus 7 is what? 14. 14 plus 4 is 18. So the sum is 18. Is 18 a multiple of 9? Yes. So it's divisible by 9. Okay? Okay, if you're at home, pause the video to get caught up with your writing. Okay, so now you're going to practice. Oops, I thought that I had another page, so I'll clear this one. Okay. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to set up a table, all right, to practice. Go ahead and get your table set up, something like this, okay? This is where the number is going to go that we're going to do, and we're going to test it for 2, 3, 4,
numbers will be?
and 10. Okay? We're testing it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Okay, the numbers that we're going to test are 27, 90, 36, 132, and I got some good ones. 54,102, and the last one is 801,004,203. I know you can do it, okay? Now, the way this works, you guys, is if it is divisible by that number, put a check. If it's not, put an X. So like 27. Is it even? No. No. So in that box, we would put an X. Let's test it for 3. What I would do is come out here to the side and go ahead and put your sum, because you know you're going to need it. You're going to need it for 3 and 9. Okay. So is 9 divisible by 3? Yes. So therefore 27 is divisible by 3. 4. No, nothing times 4 is 27. 5. Does it end in a 5 or a 0? No. 6. Well, it has to be 2 and 3, and it's not. 9. Is the sum divisible by 9? Yes. 10. Does it end in a 0? No. Okay? You're going to do that for this. Hang on one second. You're going to do that for this entire rest of the chart. Okay? And then, if you are my 8th period KVA, you're going to upload a picture of this into the assignment for today. Okay?